What's up, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite hour of the week. It's the Anything Better podcast with Paul Virzi, Bill Burr, producer Andrew Themlis out there in Beverly Hills, and we have an amazing episode number 43 for you guys on this Thanksgiving week. And Bill, who's 43, Bill?
The greatest number 43s of all time. You'd be surprised. This is not a sexy number, but there's some beasts here. Rick Sutcliffe. Great Rick Sutcliffe. Won a Cy Young Award, 3 All-Stars, National League Rookie of the Year in 1979, 171 wins, 4.08 ERA, 1,679 strikeouts. The great Cliff Harris, Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee 2020 for the Dallas Cowboys. He won at least one Super Bowl, I believe Super Bowl 12. And who else we got? George Atkinson, Dr. Death from the Raiders.
That's a great nickname. Holy
Dr.
shit.
Death. Oh, dude, they were the best. The Soul Patrol. That was George Atkinson, Skip Thomas, Jack Tatum, and one other guy, I forget. Dennis Eckersley, Paul. Baseball Hall of Fame. Dennis Eckersley. 2,401 strikeouts, 390 saves.
And a head of hair. A head of hair.
That has never changed, and a great broadcaster, too. Number 2, Paul. Troy Polamalu.
That's a great one.
700. Well, they're all great. Come on, man. Dennis Eckersley, George Atkinson, the Hall of Famer. Is he a Hall of Famer?
No, but Polamalu's a Hall of Famer. Yeah.
I know, but you fucking... They do it. They're just great because you know him. I mean, well... All right, sorry. Troy Polamalu, 2003 to 2014, 770 solo tackles, 12 sacks. He only had 12 sacks. I feel like he jumped over the line 15 times a year and timed it perfect. 14 forced fumbles, 32 interceptions. Is not in the Hall of Fame as of yet. He will be in without a doubt. And then Steve Foley. Steve Foley, number 1, 44 interceptions. He was a corner for the Denver Broncos, lost Super Bowl 11. One-time All-Pro. I don't know why he is number 1, but 44 in his career interceptions is pretty amazing, although you're looking down at your phone, so I don't know.
I'm trying to find out Polamalu because I thought he was in the Hall of Fame.
Well, this might be an old thing that I went to. I mean, I can't imagine that guy would have to.
Troy Polamalu is in the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
He was part of the 2020 class. That's what I was looking.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah.
then that.
I'm not a rude podcast partner. I would never do that to you. Never fucking look at my phone while doing a show. And anybody that does that on your fucking shows, I see people do that. That's a bullshit move. Okay. Everybody's
You're really setting me up to then just sit here like. What did you say, Paul?
You're watching a movie.
I was listening. You're
watching Netflix.
My wife always does that. Yeah, you even listening? No, I was listening. What did I just say? You said you were going to go to that thing with your friends.
I heard you.
I got the gist of it.
I did a
She
good
goes,
one.
No, that's not what I said. I'm out there busting my ass on the road.
I had a good one yesterday.
Make it about something else.
Yesterday, Stacy's sitting on the couch and she goes before the game, before that Monday Night Football disaster, she goes, is it too warm out for a fire? Which was her way of saying, I'd really love for you to make a fire. Now I'm laying on the couch already. And I just go,
oh God, that's such a brilliant line.
I go, she goes, is it too warm for fire? I go, would you want a fire? Do you want me to make a fire? And she goes, I mean, kinda if you would get up. And I go, yeah. And I just made it. And I just made a nice fire. And then she goes, thank you. And I sat back down and I was just like, all right, I'm ready for some football. Then I got sick to my stomach.
That's the way to do it, dude.
Yeah. Is it too warm?
I would have been like, I would have, known what she was doing. You think it's too hot for a fire? I'd be like, oh yeah, definitely too hot.
Yeah, 10 degrees.
Yeah,
colder.
Hey man, we're on the same page. And I'd just go back, and then she'd fucking just make a face, and I'd start laughing, and then I'd go out and do the fire. I don't do fires out here, dude. L.A., man. You're not selling too many fire pits out here in L.A. We have Mother Nature turns this place to a fire pit once a fucking year, so not really into it. I've never understood the fire pit, to be honest with you.
I think you have to have like some people do it with the stone, but we do it like in our backyard, and we kind of had we have a patio with it. And we just have like a bonfire with people sitting around. The kids love doing like the s'mores and shit. But, you know, it rains a lot out here. It's different.
Never understood it.
Yeah.
Let's start a fire and just sit there and inhale fucking smoke. It's like, oh, you can put on a jacket that's warm enough.
It is smoky.
I would rather have a couple of whiskeys to warm myself up than it's just never been. Or if you get too close and it's just like, hey, it's just fucking hitting you.
You got to move. You got to keep moving for the wind. Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
It is the worst. What's going on in your life, Bill? Is everything good?
Yeah, I had a great show last night. I did Jimmy Kimmel, got a free t-shirt. Jimmy's got some of the nicest, softest merch ever. Had a great time on that. And then after that, I went to go to the goddamn comedy jam, tried out some new jokes, and then I played 2 songs, and I was totally relaxed, played great, didn't fuck up. Mr. Brownstone played one of the Guns N' Roses. That was a tricky song. Sometimes they go like da 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 da, or they go right to I used to do a little, but a little wasn't doing, and they switch it up just enough for a dumb guy like me. So I was just sort of being like, all right, I know I'm gonna fuck this up at some point, but I'll be able to recover. So I just had there was a couple times I was playing the song. I was like, I have no idea what comes next. I go, but you know what? As I listen, I'll know what it is, and I was able to relax. Where when I had less experience playing drums live, I would be like, I don't know what comes next. And then I would fuck it up.
I saw somebody.
You got to get yourself. Yeah, but I know what comes right now. So just keep playing the hell out of this and whatever.
I saw somebody say Bill Burr's amazing at the drums. You were getting a lot of love. Dude, by the way, Josh Adam Myers, I laugh every time I see the clips of him because that guy, he did it at Skankfest. He does it everywhere. You want to talk about a guy who gives 110%.
Without a doubt.
Guy's like, dude, he just rocks his body. He dives into the crowd. He crowd surfs. He puts every passionate ounce of his body in the song. And then he's just like, yeah, man, I'm losing my voice. But, dude, it was the fucking
last night,
show.
I watching him whipping that crowd into a frenzy. You know, LA crowd, people kind of sit there, say, come on, get up. And he came back to it. He was like, you know, hardest working man in show business look on his face. I sent him a text this morning. I was saying, dude, that was amazing.
Yeah.
You know? And then he talks everybody's like nervous and shit because you're outside of you're going to crush it. You're going to crush it, bro. And then after you do it, oh, dude, you fucking killed it. You killed it. They loved it. Yeah, no, you're fucking great. The guy's the best. Josh Adam Myers is the fucking best. We also had the rap party, the final rap party for F is for Family. And, you know, it was awesome. And it was also kind of sad. And I really made sure that I took it in because, you know I was looking at everybody that was like, this whole group of people is never going to be all together again. You know what I mean? We'll run into each other, you know, be clusters here and there, but to have us, you know, so many of us there. They had skee ball there. We were playing that. And then what I loved was Mike Price stayed there to the very end. I left with about 10 minutes. When they said last call, I left because we had just come back from Vegas. My wife was tired, but like, you know, just the captain going down with the ship. He was the best. And I got to tell him how much fun I had working with them and stuff. But yeah, dude, that's the end of an era for me and my
congratulations,
career.
Man. Congratulations. I was going to do an inside joke about F is for Family about a friend of ours, but I'm not going to go there during something nice. I was going to, but you know, I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to say congratulations. That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. So now I kind of have, you know, I just have like a lot of like free time now, which is great. Like the second I'm done with this podcast, I'm going to go ride bikes with my daughter. And, oh, dude, like I literally had to look around. We got one of those electric cars.
I saw the picture.
Oh, my God.
You know what? My wife thought it was real. Stacy thought it was real. So Stacy goes, oh, my God. She goes, I love that truck. He got one of those. And I go, Stacy, it's a fucking toy. I go,
Yeah, it's the angle I took it. And
The angle, it looks big. It looks like it's in your drive. It looks like you bought a fucking new one.
Well, this year, what I did, Paul, was I got all of my big gifts out of the way early. So now I'm just dealing with stocking stuffers, right? So I'm going to go to Amoeba Records and I'm going to buy a bunch of, like, I got my daughter totally into, like, she likes Zeppelin, Aerosmith, AC/DC. I put it on. She says louder.
She likes that already? She's into that already?
Yeah. You know what's funny? You know what she thought they were saying instead of walk this way? You know, they sing different lyrics. She thought they were saying 4 kids play. Just going, 4 kids play. 4. I'm like, no, honey, it's walk this way. She's like, Dad, no, it isn't. I was like, all right, it's 4 kids play. She likes Back in Black. She likes Black Dog, Rock and Roll. Those are Zeppelin songs. 38 Special, Hold On Loosely. And then I got like some really older shit. Like some 1950s stuff, and then or like some trucker songs that are just funny. You know that one, 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Like one of those yeah. So they like those songs because they sound silly. She listened to some Willie Nelson and who did the Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. She loves that song too.
Oh, who did that? Who did?
It's the guy who was supposed to be on the plane the day the music died, and he gave up his seat.
Oh,
I keep thinking Merle Haggard, but it's not him. It's Waylon Jennings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
something and what is that? Old faded Levi's and silver belt buckles, and each night begins a new day.
They all sounded like that. It's funny.
We don't understand them. We don't know you. You'll probably just ride away.
Dude, how soothing is Willie Nelson's voice, man?
I have to go see him.
Dude.
I have to see Willie Nelson. There's a few people out there that I got to go see. You know, the Monkees were saying they were doing their last fucking, I missed it, at the Greek out here in L.A., and I just wanted to meet Mickey Dolenz and just be like, dude, you were so fucking huge for me. Comedy and playing drums. Like, he was one of my favorite, like, after watching the Three Stooges, there was the Monkees.
You know who's underrated? The fucking, not underrated, but not talked about enough for my generation, the fucking Beach Boys, dude. The Beach Boys had some bangers, dude.
Oh, yeah. I love that you'll give it up to the Beach Boys, but not the Beatles.
No. I like some Beatles songs, but I don't put them where people. I
love that pause. You literally go, no. Dude, you went in on them one time, and you picked like their stupidest songs. You like,
no, I picked
Yellow Submarine, Bill.
Yeah.
Maxwell's Silver Hammer. It's like, hey, man, we all have a couple of shit jokes we're embarrassed about, you know? That's what you're going with?
I'll tell you who I got to see. I got to see the Foo Fighters, dude. I got to see the Foo Fighters, and I want to see them at Madison Square Garden, dude, and I always miss it. But I love them.
Dave Grohl brings the Josh Adam Myers energy.
I was just going to say, he's the dude. He fucking brings Josh Adam Myers energy to every show when he's whether drums or whether singing. He's an animal.
Yeah, and he also just, the guy, he's a riff monster, dude. He knows what is going to get an arena full of people to lose their fucking minds. That's got to be such a great feeling when you're noodling around and then you just come up with something.
Oh, dude.
You must get the chills or something.
Dude, speaking of that, like one thing I do on Christmas now is, and Stacey will tell you, I'm always good with the gifts. I don't ask her what she wants. I go out there. I don't do the Amazon thing. I go to stores. I buy her stuff. But what I started doing was I started doing an event. I started doing like, you're going to get a concert. So I took her to Ed Sheeran because she loved Ed Sheeran, and that kid crushes, right? So I took her to one of Ed Sheeran's football stadium shows, and it was at the Lincoln Financial in Philly. So we go down, we get a hotel. The kid is crushed. He comes out alone. He's on stage alone for 2.5 hours, not one other person. And he creates his own music, puts it in a loop, does the whole thing. And then the kid comes out, stops his song and starts talking. And he starts crushing with like stand-up. And my wife's, I'm like, this fucking guy's got, all the women already love him. He's crushing. And then he just goes into a hit and the place is going nuts. Then I got her James Taylor tickets last year. So this year I got to find another concert to take her to.
Underrated. Going out and seeing a legend at a casino. Me and my mother-in-law almost went to go see Johnny Mathis up in
that's a good one.
Up in Santa Barbara. I'm like, that guy's still out on tour. I would love to see Johnny Mathis.
That's a good one.
Chances are, because I wear a silly grin the moment you come into view. All these old ladies, like losing their minds.
Oh, dude, I'd go to a Temptation.
I got to see him. I got to see Frankie Valli. Dude, Frankie Valli sat next to me on the plane. I was next to him. Let's put that in proper historical perspective. I sat next to him, and my show business ego almost got the better of me there. Yeah, Frankie was sitting next to me. Oh, was I? I was riding in first class before you were born there, Freckles. So I was sitting next to him, dude. Amazing shape. And when the flight ended, he popped up like a fucking 20-year-old. And I'm like, dude, that guy still has it. I got to go see him.
Imagine he popped up. He wanted to get away from you.
Dude, I didn't say one fucking word to him.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't say, no, I'm not bugging that guy.
Were you sober at the time or were you drinking at the time?
Let's see. I got 3 years this week, November 24th, tomorrow.
Wow.
I don't remember. I wasn't drinking on that flight though. But even if I was, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. Well, no.
You give me a couple Tito's and soda. If I was sitting next to the Mets manager at a Knicks game. I got hammered. Started fucking talking to the guy.
Dude, I ran into Jonathan Banks. Oh my God, that was one of the most embarrassing things ever. Me and Virzi had this great fucking run. We go to the Kentucky Derby. We're having a great time, and somebody there gave us
four roses.
Four roses. And we didn't know that you could check the bottle. So we felt bad. We're like, dude, this guy went out. He spent all this money. We got to drink this thing. So we order a couple of somethings, and we get these big fucking solo cups at the Indianapolis airport, and we start crushing.
Crushing an open bottle of bourbon in the fucking food court.
Yeah, and we killed half that thing waiting for our flight. Fucking hammered. And I get on the flight. Who's on the flight? Jonathan Banks. And I came walking up. I go, hey, John, I play Kubi on Breaking Bad. And he didn't notice I was hammered at first. And he was calling me Kubi, like, oh, hey, Kubi, nice to meet you. And I was just like, I'll let it go. And then he came up to me afterwards and wanted to talk to me. I just kept looking at him going, you're a sweetheart. You're a sweetheart. And then he got that look on his face, when you're talking to somebody drunk. And I remember like either later on it was after the flight. I just remember coming to just being like, oh my God, I'm never going to get on that show again.
Oh, and that's so funny.
When I ran into him, I talked to him about it. He was laughing. I was like, dude, the last time I talked to you, I was so fucking hammered. And I told him the whole story and he was cracking up. And he's such a good guy. He acted, I didn't even notice. I was like, dude, you absolutely noticed. You are a sweetheart. You are a funny guy. Dude, I was fucking.
Well, you know what I did?
Hammered.
You went on that plane and you sat next to Jonathan Banks. I was hammered and I went to the bar because my flight was another hour. And dude, I started drinking, talking to this stranger about sports. And then I kept drinking on the plane, dude. And I got fucking obliterated, dude.
Yeah. What's the drunkest you've been on a flight?
I was coming back from years and years ago. I opened for you at the Addison Improv and I was at the Dallas airport. I left a jacket, I think, and I just got on. I left a hat. I was fucking hammered.
Wait. What about when we toured Canada? We toured Canada and
the last night.
And I had to pour you into that fucking car to make sure you'd make it.
And I started to tell the guy at the lobby that I was an athlete going to Sochi for the Olympics. And he clearly knew that I was drunk. And you had to be like, dude, my friend.
Oh, you were the ugly American there. No, we were in that cigar bar with that fucking great crazy guy we met there. Just an awesome guy. I forget his name. He was a fucking great guy, but he was, lunatic, right?
Yeah.
Calgary. They're fucking animals down there, man. Those people fucking drink. They get after it, right? So when we
we weren't in a cigar bar, by the way.
we were in a cigar.
We were in a private, but they took. Remember, we were in some downstairs. Like
We
somebody
started playing cards, or no? We just smoked that night. Cards was in Toronto.
Yeah, we just smoked. The guy had a cowboy hat on, and then we started talking. And then me and you both got hammered. And I remember me and you got into a yelling match because of something that, like, the Taliban, when they were like doing something online. And I go, they shouldn't. And you go, yeah. And we just started yelling at each other.
And you know what's funny, Paul? And now I don't drink. When was the last time we yelled at each other?
Oh no, yeah, no.
It just doesn't happen anymore. Yeah, it was all me, just fucking misdirected and hammered. But I just remembered you started hiccuping in the cigar bar. And I was like, oh, Paul's going over the side. This isn't good. And you had a fucking early flight.
Yeah.
And you were just like, I just want to lay down here. Can I just like lay down here? I'm like, Paul, we got to go up to the room. We got to get your bags. And I'll bring you down here. Because you had like some, like, the whole night was like you had like a 4 a.m. pickup or something.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, it's only 10. I could say, get him right home, get like 5 hours, I'll be good. Then it's like 11. And then all of a sudden you're just like, I'll sleep on the plane. I'm just going to sleep on the plane. Just kept fucking drinking. And once you started hiccuping, I was like, all right.
Yeah. That's a telltale. Hiccups. Yeah. If I start hiccuping.
And it's also a bad thing to go through customs shit-faced.
Yeah.
I always say you have to pass through, like, do you have to pass through Canadian customs and then American customs when you leave? Yeah, they stamp you when you leave. I always forget how that works.
Yeah, but dude, I remember like holding my breath because I probably smelled. I remember like going through it and just being, yeah, dude, there's nothing worse. Is there anything worse than being on an airplane drunk and dude, 5 o'clock in the morning, feeling like shit? It's brutal.
Dude, I got one for you. I fucking was in Hawaii. And I was watching The Big Lebowski, and he was drinking White Russians, so I just started drinking them. Like, that's the only time I drink White Russians is when I watch The Big Lebowski, and it's like drinking a dessert and it's like having a dessert and getting shit faced at the same time, which is really bad, right? Brutal hangover. So I woke up the next day and I didn't feel good, and my wife, she obviously likes the sun. I obviously am not into it. So she goes, I just want to go down to the beach one more time, beach people just want to get that one last toes in the sand, frolic in the surf. So I said, all right, fine. So I go there, and they got this bar, and the roof looks like the huts on Gilligan's Island. So I go up there, dude, and at like 9 a.m, I order a fucking White Russian. Ugh. And it just went down. And I ordered another one. I had like 3 of them on the beach. So I got a good, gross. Sugar through the roof. I got a glow and a sugar buzz going. We get to the airport. I drank like fucking 3 more. My wife's going, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, I just want to pass out on the plane. I don't want to fucking deal with this right back. Dude, I was so shit-faced. I hit up 3 Canadian comedians and convinced all of us that we need to put together a curling team and join a league. And they all got so fucking excited. Like they were all about it. And I don't even remember doing it.
Oh God.
And then we landed, dude. And I had like because the air quality and you're all dehydrated from flying at that altitude. And I had 6 White Russians in me, dude. And when I landed, I was just like, oh no, I had worse ones. I remember one time I was so shit-faced on the plane. I started talking to somebody at baggage claim, and he ended up giving me a ride home from LAX. And my wife was on her way down to get me.
Wow.
Oh, she was so fucking mad at me.
Wow, dude, that is next level.
Yep.
Wow.
I did that twice. Once Burbank and once LAX. And I swear to God, my wife was so, she's like, where are you? I'm like, I just pulled up. The fuck do you mean you just pulled up? I said I was coming down to get you. And I said, I guess I forgot. Oh my God, dude.
Oh,
she
dude.
came in, dude. And then I passed out, which felt like 5 minutes, but it was like, like whatever. It takes like a half hour for us to get to the airport. Half hour later, I just hear the front door just go, boom, like slam shut. And I'm like, here we go.
Oh,
here we go. And then I had to like bleary-eyed look at her and act like I understand. I hear what you're saying. You're right. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Look at you. Who drove you home? This guy I met at baggage claim. You can't have some fucking straight. She was right.
No, she's definitely right, dude. My wife would have done the same thing. It's so strange.
Oh yeah, no, I did. I did a couple of dumb things like that. Wow, I never really even thought about that. It is a good thing I quit drinking.
See, the thing with me is, and I was talking to Stacy about this. Stacy goes, she goes, because I was sober for about 2 weeks and I felt incredible, man. I was waking up, I was doing shit. I wasn't zero hungover. And my wife just goes, I go, I'm going to just have one, and she goes, yeah, she goes, enjoy one or two. She goes, but she goes, you tend to not stop. And that's the thing. It's like, if I'm fucking chilling out, dude, it's tough, man. Like, but I don't change personalities. You've seen me. I don't change. Like, I don't get angry. I don't start with people. I just get like,
no. You are a happy drunk.
Yeah. I just get happy.
Generally speaking, I'm a happy drunk unless certain sporting events or fans of certain teams came in, and then that would be something that would set me off. But, I don't like, dude, looking at that drunk ass Seattle fan at the fucking Packers game, dude, he was an idiot. He was just going like, hey, fuck you, Packers, suck a dick. And it was just like there was kids around.
Yeah,
it was just like,
yeah.
I was like, are you doing like a parody of somebody drunk?
No, me and you spoke about that, Bill. And I got to be honest with you, man. I'm not really going to go to too many more NFL games. I'm not going to subject my kids to that, dude. Last time I was there with like my brother and kids, there's this Cowboy fan standing over us, and he was like doing like the lean over and like yelling. And it's like, you got to be like, hey man, like, do you mind? And then they start cursing. You sent me that fight with the Jets in Miami. It's like a guy pushed you.
Shout out to that fucking Dolphin fan with his hands in his pocket, slipping that haymaker.
Yeah, I don't need to be around that, dude. I got a 70-inch. I'll fucking put my feet up. I'll have some snacks and I'll watch the game like that, dude. I'll go to occasionally.
Those people, they're not even sports fans. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even know what they are. It's just like they had a poor upbringing. They weren't raised right. They don't even understand the game. It's just like they just go there to be assholes.
Yeah. And to go with an opposing jersey and be an asshole, that's a special kind of, that's like you're going for, like, to put on an opposing jersey and be the guy yelling when you're completely outnumbered. That's not something that you want. Oh, dude, Jay-Z said the dopest shit I ever heard. Jay-Z goes like this. Jay-Z goes, those guys, he goes, when somebody says, what are you looking at me? Why the fuck are you looking at me? He goes, that guy is so afraid and so unhappy in his life. And he thinks that when you look at him, you see it. So he wants to fucking fight you, dude. He broke it down like this. He goes, so you're going to kill me or fight me because I'm looking at you and I see the fucking pain and your fear and shit. He goes, and that's why that guy's doing that. And I was just like, dude, to get that deep over that, I was like, shit.
Yeah, I don't think football fans are that deep. No. I think he was talking about guys,
yeah, he was
desperate situations in his neighborhood. Some guys, they're just jerk offs. Some of these guys that go to the game, all those Philly fans, how they come up and they don't care if your kids are there and they're like proud of it and stuff. It's just like, yeah, it's like the weakest thing. I remember to a Bruins Flyers game and I had my mother there. She's like in her 70s and the guys are just cursing up a fucking storm and stuff. And it's just like, what am I like? I'm going to fight you with my 70-year-old mother. And it's just one of those things. You give them a look and they're like, and you hear him talking, ooh, he doesn't like us. And it's just like, I don't know. I look at that stuff like it's weak. It's weak. You know what I mean? It doesn't take any balls to go in and do shit like that. And then you're just putting people into a situation where I got to sit there and be like, I have all of this stuff to lose. Yeah. So I'm just going to sit here. And now I paid all this money for a ticket and I got to listen to you guys, because your lives suck or whatever the fuck's going on in your life, that you would do something like that. Like, I like going to a stadium. I'll talk some shit and have a good back and forth with somebody.
Yeah.
And, like that. But I don't want to go there and actually ruin. Like that Seattle fan, I was like, I can't believe I'm finally at Lambeau and I have to stand next to this fucking jerk off. And it's actually going to ruin my experience. I might never get back to Lambeau again. But for people who act like that are like, oh, that's awesome. Bowfinger. That's so awesome. Like that's literally what they want to do. And that's in a perfect world, you could just beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't get sued. But it's not how it works.
All right, everybody. It is Butcher Box. When it comes to the meat that will be the centerpiece of your holiday meals, quality matters. And when you invest in high quality meats from Butcher Box, the benefits go way beyond a great tasting meal. Butcher Box sources their meat from partners with the highest standards for quality. No more searching the grocery store for 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, wild-caught seafood, and more. Their sources decisions are made by holistically keeping the farmer, the planet, the animal, and your family in mind. Every month, Butcher Box ships a curated selection of high-quality meat right to your home. Free shipping for the continental U.S., no antibiotics or added hormones. Each box contains between 1 to 14 pounds of meat. We actually got it, and we love the meat. The quality is incredible. Depending on the box you choose, that's enough for 24 individual meals. Fresh packed and shipped frozen for convenience, so you can save time and save time on your next grocery store trip. Customize your own box or go with one of theirs. Either way, you get exactly what you want. This holiday season, guys, Butcher Box is proud to give new members free New York strip steaks for the year. That's free New York strips for the year. This deal has never been offered before, and it won't last forever. Get 2 delicious 100% grass-fed New York strip steaks for free in every box for a year. This offer is only available until November 30th, so get it before it is gone. Just go to butcherbox.com/better to sign up. That's butcherbox.com/better to receive this limited time offer for free New York strip steaks for 1 year. It's a great deal.
All right. Yeah, a couple of steaks, Paul. 14, what is that, 24 steaks a year. You get a box a month. All right, Manscaped, everybody. Ho, 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 ho. That's what I'm supposed to say. I thought you were doing Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, I'll tell you, it was a rough one. Ho, 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 gentlemen. The holiday came early here at Manscaped, the leading men's hygiene brand. Manscaped just launched new products, including their all-new ultra-premium body wash and a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Enjoy site-wide savings for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The big sales runs from November 22nd through November 29th. It's time to give yourself, or someone who needs it, one of your stinky friends, the gift of beautiful skin, hair, and balls this season. Go to manscaped.com and use BETTER for 20% off and free shipping. It's time to save. It's time to leave your significant other some cookies and milk at the bottom of your chimney. I am talking about the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Your junk's going to be smelling like mistletoe. Mistletoe is violence. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the Signature Lawnmower 4.0. The electric trimmer has proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to reduce cuts on your nuts. They also launched their new two-in-one shampoo and conditioner, which has key ingredients that will benefit everything, including hydrating, nourishing, conditioning the scalp, and strengthening your hair at the same time. 'Tis the season to load up on Manscaped products, so get yourself, your dad, your brother, and friends the best gift of all, Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BETTER, BETTER, at manscaped.com. Every guy out there needs to add Manscaped to their wish list this season. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BETTER at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code BETTER. Clean up your nuts and make Santa proud this year. Enjoy site-wide savings for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The big sale runs November 22nd through November 29th.
All right, everybody, it's Roman. Oh, it's that time of year. Oh, it's that time of year to get a rager with your girl or whoever next to the fire.
You got to punch through that blanket of snow, Paul. You wanted to put a star on top of your helmet here. What are we doing?
When the moment for intimacy arrives. You need to be ready. You
For
need
all
to be
our
Roman.
Jewish fans, when it's time to light that first candle, you got to be ready.
You got to be Roman ready.
You got to be Roman ready.
Whether you've been in a relationship for years or you're just getting started, having the confidence that comes from preparation means you're free to enjoy the moment when the moment comes.
That's
okay?
right. You want to pull it out with that action hero look on your face.
Yeah, you don't want a halfie. You want a full-fledged Ron.
That's right. You want a rager. You want to show her you're still committed to this relationship, despite her behavior this year.
You got to break a window with the thing. Even though you are far from ordinary, the truth that ED is really common. In fact, 52% of guys ages 40 to 70 experience some form
I
of
love
erectile
70. Who's still
dysfunction.
banging at 70? Jesus Christ, buddy. Hang up the cleats.
Dude, Clint Eastwood had a fucking baby at 73. Guy was crushing it.
You know what's funny? The kid's probably like 25 now. Dude, him and Mick Jagger are ridiculous.
Oh, they keep going. Go get Roman. Go to roman.com/better now to speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about erectile dysfunction and get $15 off your first month of treatment. Erectile dysfunction is more common than most people think. In fact, 52% of men between the ages of 40 and 70 will experience some form.
Can you imagine being a professional in that, Paul?
What's that?
An erectile dysfunctional, like professional, like the lack of eye contact during the day would really start to make you feel bad about yourself. Talking to his therapist, I mean, I'm here to help. You know,
dude,
people
just have a
down at the floor.
55-year-old guy call you up and be like, "Yeah, man, it's still fucking limp." It's like, all right, man, hang in there.
It's not real. I mean, spongy.
Listen,
It's just spongy. You know what I mean? It's like it's a Nerf dick. There's still a shape, you know.
I'm a positive
Unless I
guy,
hit a bullseye, it starts to bend.
I'm a positive guy. I'd be like, "Come on, hang in there, man, hang in there." Oh my God, dude. Anyway, Roman Ready is confidence personified. It is the self-assurance that comes from knowing you've prepared yourself for the moment when intimacy arrives. The whole process is straightforward. Hey, that's what she said. Sorry. Confidence and discreet. Getting started is
running
simple.
down the hill like William Wallace. Some blue stripes on the shaft. Yeah. Those little Scottish skirts on.
He's got half his dick painted.
Yeah, the skirt covers up your balls.
You put a little sword or toothpick next to your dick. All right, I'm sorry.
I know. This is why nobody goes to the doctor for ED. Women never laugh about their vaginas. The shit is serious. Come on, Paul. Let's pull it together.
All right. Whew. Getting started is simple. Just go to roman.com/better and complete the online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving your home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and take care of it. Go get roman.com/better today. And if you're prescribed, get a $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this fall. Roman Ready.
Ready. That's right.
Oh man, dude, you're getting me riled up right now. I was at Madison Square Garden with Stacy. She was 5 months pregnant with Lucas. And we're up on like the mezzanine, like the low, and they fucking shoot a t-shirt. And it literally hits my hands. I catch it. And this guy bumps into my pregnant wife and me and knocks the t-shirt out of my hand in the front, dude. And I'm looking at everyone around. And I was seething. And I was like, I was like, I forgot what I said. And then people around were like, calm down. And I was just looking at this dude and his friend was mortified. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to punch this dude in the face. I wanted to punch him in the face off the thing, but Stacy was there and guys like, calm down, everyone calm down, dude. And I was just, and then like 5-10 minutes later, he leaned up and like tapped Stacy's lower leg and like kind of gave like, I'm sorry. Like that was his way, but like me and him had this thing. And then like dude, it was like, I'll go to a game with you, Bill. I'll go to a game with you, Andrew. We go to a game. Us four go to a game. Because then I'm like, if I get drunk and something happens, I got my boys. But bringing my children or my wife or family, like you said, your 70-year-old mother, dude, I can't have some fat fuck in a fucking Kansas City jersey yelling and doing that, dude. Can't.
Yeah. It's kind of on the team, though. What are you doing shooting free T-shirts into the fucking crowd?
I mean,
what are you doing? Everybody, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, people go too crazy over a T-shirt. Guys pointing up, and they're like, yeah, bring it up here. It's like, go buy it.
I always yell, it's just a T-shirt. They're $8.
Calm down.
Have some self-esteem.
I'll buy you one. Sit down.
Yeah, it's not a keys to a Lexus.
What's up, Andrew?
No, I was gonna say in college they asked my buddy to do that, and so what he would do is he would lob one up, and then so people would like slowly go up, and then he'd fire a seed, just a rope right at somebody's like chest, and he would just it was the best way to deal with that because you'd hold it up and people would cheer. Ah!
Bill, remember we were at me and Bill go to the Seattle Seahawks, which by the way, it was so incredibly loud that there was no way it was real. They had babies.
Oh, them just sitting there talking before the game was so fucking loud. It was just like, yeah.
I never felt like that, but then all of a sudden,
and nobody was screaming. People were just like talking. It was just like this feels like someone just cranked the volume up.
It did. And then we're sitting there, and me and Bill are like, all right, dude, let's bet. Me and Bill are like, all right. So me and Bill take the Seattle. We take Seattle. We take a little action with Seattle. And this fat dude sitting up there had a Kansas City Chiefs, and he goes, Seattle CB suck.
Yeah, we were like, oh no. He knows. We lost that bet.
Yeah. It was no, man, I don't like that vibe. I don't like the drunk vibe. I don't like the vibe. Remember me and you went to Jets Buffalo. A guy pushed you in the back because you had a fuck. I just don't. That's what gets me. It's like it's no reason for that, man. I'm too old for it.
Yeah, way too old. Way too old.
You know, that's a young kid's game. It's a young kid's
game. What about
that
guy, Sons and 6, Sons and 5, whatever the hell he was saying? The guy, he turned around and he goes, what, Sons and 4? I forget what the fuck he said.
No, I think he said Sons and 6.
Sons and 6. The kid starts swinging. He beats the fuck out of both of them. And then he bookends it with Sons and 6. He said it again. I mean, that's just like the greatest thing.
What's the drunkest? I got one for you. Drunkest I've ever seen at a game. I was at Jets Patriots at the highest seat it was the highest it could be, freezing. My wife's family got us tickets or whatever. We're bundled up. We're fucking freezing. It's a night game, maybe a Sunday night game. We're freezing. And a dude, and when you're that high up, there's a concrete ledge. I saw a dude, a Jets fan. He was face down and his body would just go. And as his body would do that, he was spewing. He was just spewing puke, and his body would jolt, and he was just,
God.
Dude, he was laying passed out, and he would just go, and you just saw puke coming out, dude. And I just looked over and I was like, dude, that guy, dude, I've never seen anything like it, man, in public like that. It was
the closest I ever saw something like that. It was 1 PM. I was on Bourbon Street with my wife because she wanted to go there. I'm telling you, it's a shit show.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody from New Orleans goes down there unless they work there. But it is just, they got to hose the fucking street down every day. It is just a shit show of people that cannot handle their alcohol, right? We went there during the day. There was some band playing. I was dancing with my wife. I was in a silly mood, so she was loving. We were having a great time. And all of a sudden, I see this woman with these two guys, like just movie drunk, just staggering down the fucking street.
Yeah.
She fucking just a lake of puke at 1 PM comes flying out of her. She ends up slipping and falling in her own puke.
Oh,
just lands in it and then is trying to pick herself up. And they're all trying to, and I My wife almost puked. And I was just fucking crying, laughing, going, I told you. You know what's amazing about Bourbon Street? If you go one street over, either way, it is just, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's funny, as you're walking down the block, you just look up and hear, yeah, fucking up on Bourbon Street. And then you just get behind the buildings again. It is just, it is a fucking shit show.
I hate Bourbon Street. I
hate Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
I love New Orleans. Bourbon Street. You know what they should do? They should put out a fucking thing that it just tells you, like, this is just a jerk off tourist area. You go to Dublin, Ireland, Temple Bar, jerk off. That's where all the, you got to go to Temple Bar. You come over here, dude, you went to Dublin, dude, you go to Temple Bar? It's like, no, I didn't.
What's Temple Bar?
It's some stupid fucking bar that you're in Ireland. Yeah, don't you want to go drink with Irish people? No, let me go into fucking Temple Bar and I'll talk to some guy from fucking, Cleveland or some guy like, hey, I'm in here from Georgia. It's just like, I could do this in my country.
Yeah.
So I was on stage over there going like, where the fuck should I really go? Because I know it's not Temple Bar. And they all, they were laughing. And of course, they're Irish. They wouldn't fucking tell me. But afterwards, a couple people gave me the heads up. That was a funny crowd. I remember I was talking about that haircut your wife gets, after she's had a couple of kids. I was calling it the real estate agent. And at the end of the fucking
bangs,
show, this woman came up to the table, like standing in line, like she was going to buy something, and she just leaned and she she goes, "Was this the haircut you were talking about?" And she had the haircut.
Is anything
Except
funny?
She wasn't older. She had the. I don't know if she was gay or whatever, but she had the really short. Was this the haircut you were talking about? And I totally applaud. I was like, no, I mean, it looks good on you. Huh? I wish I went like, yes, that was the haircut I was talking about. I just wasn't ready for it.
Is anything funnier than a hardcore Irish accent from Ireland, dude? It is. They are the nicest, toughest, and I love how they say, I tweeted something. I go, they could be the toughest people, but they say me mom, me money. Me money just made me like Conor McGregor was like,
me mommy?
No, like me money. Like
me money. Oh, me
they don't
money.
say
okay.
my, they say me.
Oh.
So like me mama, me pa. They talk about it. Yeah, dude. Oh,
my dad. I can't remember. I have to be over there to kind of hear it because it all sounds the fucking same to me after a while. English, Irish, Scottish is the only one I'm like, okay, that guy's from Scotland because you literally can't understand a fucking word they're saying.
Dude, Conor McGregor is pretty fucking thick, dude. Like if you hear him talk, you could understand.
If he gets going fast, yeah, you can't hear him. Dude, I went one time. I played. I think I was in Glasgow. I had this great fucking show, and I was psyched, because it's a tough crowd, man. Those guys are funny as hell, and they're fucking lunatics, right? So I was really happy I had a good show, and then I went to the local comedy club, and there was this guy on stage, absolutely fucking destroying, and we could not understand a word he was saying. And we were crying, laughing because we couldn't understand anything. So me and Neil were just looking at each other, and we just started laughing. And the more he was killing, the harder we were laughing. And we looked like we understood what he was saying. Like it was just one of those great laughs I had with my wife. And all I remember he said it one. Other thing was the tag was just, toughen up, you weak cunt. That's all I remember. He's talking about some kid. You weak cunt.
The killing is so funny. You don't understand anything, and then the crowd pops up. That's dude,
that's that classic fucking trip. I always tell that story when that guy picked me up, and he goes, "Bulla Wullum." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Bulla Wullum." I said, "I don't."
What?
He goes, "You prefer Bulla Wullum?" And I said, "Oh, Bill." And he goes, "Bull, let's go." He was saying Bill or William. Bulla Wullum.
Where was he from? What country was that?
That was Scotland. And it was, I was doing a little run up there. So this was like it wasn't Glasgow or Edinburgh. It was a smaller place than that. So the accent was even thicker. And I just was sitting there like he was just walking. Blah, 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 as he walked. I don't know what the fuck. I was by myself. And I was just like, I don't know where the fuck I am right now, but if everybody talks like him, I'm going to bomb tonight. And he just driving, oh, bull. Oh, bull. And I was just like, yeah, I know. I was just like, fuck.
I remember performing in Germany. And we always had, oh my God, dude, I haven't worked with you on the road. I haven't opened for you this January is 4 years. How crazy is that? But anyway, when we were in Germany together, we always had the same.
You demanded a trade, Paul. You wanted to go start somewhere else. You knew that I wasn't giving up the seat.
No.
Jimmy G on me.
I remember we always had the same experience. So you would go, and I remember one time, I don't know where we were. We didn't have a hard time, but it was one of those things where like, I would be like, dude, they watched me like this. And I'm going, oh my God, dude, I'm bombing. Right. And then all of a sudden the bit would be over and they would just, it was like the bit was
no. That wasn't Germany.
Is that Estonia?
Yeah. Or Latvia.
Or Latvia.
Yeah.
One of those. Because they said, and then they tell me in the green room, the guy goes, Barang, he goes, hey, just so you know, he goes, comedy's only 8 years old here. Stand-up comedy's only 8 years old here. So I go in this theater and they're all dressed like it's a Broadway play and they're all sitting there and I'm going through this bit and they're watching it. And then they looked at it like it was a movie scene. And then when the scene was over, they would go, and dude, it was so weird because
they're very analytical.
Yes.
Very smart. Very like, Helsinki was like that. That was the one Helsinki I was just fucking bombing. And I couldn't figure out why. I was just like, oh, I've gone too far east. Like I'm talking too fast. I started slowing down. I was only getting a little bit of laughs. And then this guy was in the back and he just, after I finished the joke, he was just like, well, why didn't you just blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh, is that what you guys are trying to do? Are you trying to, you don't need to figure out solutions.
Yeah.
These are just jokes. And then that's how I killed. I would just tell a joke. It wouldn't get a laugh. And why would you get another bicycle? I would just like do their logic about whatever I was talking about.
There's but dude, when we did Budapest, it was like America. Dude, Budapest Hungary,
was the shit.
America. It was like it was nuts. So great.
They were funny as hell. Budapest had great sense of humor. Vienna, how great was that?
Dude, I saw somebody in Pennsylvania and they go, dude, Paul, I saw you perform and I go, where? He goes, I saw you in Austria. And I was like, what? He was like, that fucking room was amazing. I was like, yeah, that room was amazing. Dude. Yeah, Germany, they're too technical. They were just like looking at trying to dissect it.
No, Germany was Cologne was fun.
Yeah.
It was Frankfurt was a little bit.
Frankfurt was the weird one. Yeah.
They were just like, no, I just think they were like eggheads. They were just super fucking smart.
Berlin was awesome.
Yeah.
Warsaw, Poland was awesome. Oh, dude, that flight.
They were fun. Dude, I call that middle America of like Europe. Warsaw, Budapest, Prague.
Yeah.
And Vienna, man. They were just like funny, shit talking, breaking your balls. They were funny, funny people. And Germany was just like, you know, but what's great with them, all you gotta do is bring up Hitler and then they just start laughing. You just sit. I mean, you could just crush with that. Not like, you know, they're down with the guy. They're just like, I mean, what are you going to do? Of all the fucking places he had to be from there. And now that was like, you know, almost 80 years ago and they're still living with it. That was a joke I was doing. I go, you poor bastards. I go, everything that you guys done, you know, the audio tape, what you've done with the car, you know, aviation, space, you pick one wrong guy. That's all you're known for.
Oh, by the way, the woman that ran like a dog, which by the way, everybody, we appreciate all the kind words. We're glad that the podcast, that thing went big, but apparently that woman, and by the way, thank you guys for everybody listening to Anything Better, and please get Anything Better, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts, and please continue with the subscriptions to the YouTube page, comments and reviews. It helps the show grow. But that woman is from Norway, And here's the backstory to it. I found out some homework. So that woman that runs like a dog, jumps over tables. Apparently, when she was 4 years old, she got her first dog, fell in love with it, and started to mimic it. And then it just got better and better. And she fell in love with dogs. And she's like, so that was like, I think she's in her 30s. She was from 4 years old doing that, but she's from Norway.
All right. Somebody sent me her Instagram account. She has an Instagram account, and it's her doing other things and then occasionally leaping over shit. The way she really broke down like a horse or a dog.
Yeah, huh? the fact that she hasn't injured her. I mean, I'm sure, but like the fact that she does it with like the way she can brace it, like with the shocks of her arms, is really amazing, dude.
I was trying to think. She kind of goes like right as it hits the shoulder, she gets the other one in there, and then her back legs come down.
Yeah, and
launches her forward, dude. I don't know. It's the last episode if you want to see it. It's really one of the weirder things.
Yeah. No, it was so funny. But what was funny, and I think what people liked about it was you were looking at it like you were you were breaking it. I'm crying. I'm fucking crying. And you were going like, this is interesting. And I think that's what made people. Andrew and I were crying, and Bill's just going, that's amazing.
Because she was so good at it. Yeah. She was just so fucking good at it. I was just like, I thought she was going to do it, and it was going to be funny because she didn't look. She actually looked like she was supposed to be moving that way, other than her ass being way up in the air.
Well, dude, her and her fiance does it, and they fucking run together. It's fucking.
Isn't that amazing? So everybody out there, if you're looking for love, just know that there's somebody out there for you.
I'm kidding, by the way.
You are? Oh, man. I was thinking it was going to be nice and romantic.
No, dude. Could you imagine seeing a couple doing that in a park? That'd be fucking weird, dude.
That would be even weirder.
Oh, dude, if they like jump over.
I might be honest with you, though. What do you think scarier, a psycho dude or a psycho woman?
Oh, I mean, it's not even close. It's a woman. I mean, it's been proven through all the crime things. Women's passion. Dude, that one woman stabbed her husband 96 times because she was afraid he would get up and stuff. Like when a woman, I mean, I'm not trying to be sexist here, but men like kick the women off a cliff.
When a man kills a woman. Sorry, when a woman kills a man.
A man is like a lot of the crime shows that I've seen. The guy goes hiking, kicks her off a cliff. A guy, it'll be like 2 in the fucking head. A woman,
why don't they just break up with them?
A women poison too.
Just give them half your stuff. You're gonna get caught.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught.
Was poisoning him slowly. One of them women was poisoning and slowly poisoning and shit. So that's like a dude is just. I'm sure there are some sick dudes that do shit, but from what I've seen, women go a little more passionate, a little more.
I just feel like a psycho guy you sort of expect that. You know what I mean? You expect them to be like, like these idiots at games and stuff, just sort of ratchet it up a little bit. But a psycho fucking woman, it's like, you don't even know how to come at it. I don't know. I find that like when I watch horror movies, I always find that if it's a woman crazy person, I feel like they take the time to write it better. Or if it's a guy, he can punch through the wall and fucking stab you with a machete. And it just sort of becomes like a slasher flick. But if there's like a woman killer, they build this whole fucking backstory and they scare the shit out of you. I fucking hate scary movies, dude. Not into that at all.
No.
I know you watched all those slasher films during
Halloween. I watch all the slasher films, but now I'm into like I like stuff based on, what I got into was Mexico Narcos, the narco, like the El Chapo characters and stuff.
I can't watch what they do to each other, and they'll torture somebody's kid to death. They are just like no holds barred, man. I can't seeing that level of evil and humanity, and then knowing that we're sort of a part of that because of the way we live. Other people have to live a different way, and it's just is what it is. People say that's some fucking communist shit, but I mean, it's how it works. You look at that fucking guy who built that $500 million house. all that space for everybody. And then the guest house is 5,000 square feet with infinity pool. And he's got like 6 fucking pools. They have 1 pool. And then underneath the guest house, into the fucking hill, he's just walking down the hall. Tiny room, tiny room, tiny room, tiny room. You get, this is where all the help was going to stay. You get 4 people in each of these rooms, just stacking them up like fucking firewood.
All right, Bill, let me ask you a question. If you had Jeff Bezos, if you had like 190 billion, something like that, like money that's just infinite, would you do some?
I know exactly what I would do. I would become the Black Friday Santa Claus. I would go down to fucking Walmart's. I'd pick a Walmart every year and be like, congratulations, Bill Bezos is here.
And then what would you do?
Don't need to trample anybody. Just tell me what you want, and I will buy all of it.
You'd be in a Santa costume?
Yeah, Walmart is cheap fucks. They got an 80-year-old security guard in there that I want to see make it to 81. What do you guys want?
Would you buy a spaceship or something like that? Would you go to space or do something like that?
Nope. I would have a 77 Ford F-250 Highboy. I got a buddy of mine that makes his own custom F-100s with all the brand new shit with like those coilover springs so you feel like you're riding in a Cadillac. No leaf springs.
Bill, you have 190 billion, dude. That's not even a...
Well, let me have fun with it.
You could go real fun, though.
No, I would just buy myself a couple of cool old trucks, right? And then I'd fucking help people out. I would like pick a fucking neighborhood.
Yeah.
And be like, don't tell anybody. I'm redoing all your houses. All right? And all your kids have to do is study. And I'm going to put them through college and we're getting you out of here. Or you can come back and you can redo a street with me. Because that's the only way you're going to turn around those neighborhoods is regular people. They got to fucking help out because the government is just too tied in with the oil companies and the fucking bankers and all of that shit. So that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like go down to one of those battered women's shelters and just get them out of there. Because their fucking psycho boyfriends are still driving by the shelter. They're still living in fear.
Well, you got to find out what the woman did first.
Oh, Jesus, Paul.
I'm joking. Jesus.
I would do shit like that. What's the point of making money if you're not going to help people out? I'm just going to hoard all of it. Dude, I got you like this sweatsuit? I got every fucking color. I got some Nikes to match it. That's stupid. That's the dumbest fucking thing. I don't know. Whatever makes you happy, I guess. I would do shit like that, and I would, yeah. If I had, because then I wouldn't have to work, dude. And then you're just showing up every day like Ed McMahon with that giant check. But I would try to educate people. Like, listen, I'm not just going to give you this money, all right? And you're going to buy a bunch of shiny shit and fucking take pictures on Instagram. You're going to be broke in 18 months. And teach them how to get the fuck out of there. And I think you could, dude, I saw so many fucking comedians back when comedians got deals. Oh my God, the dumb shit that they would go out and buy. The smart ones went out. What's the dumbest
you've seen? What's the dumbest shit you've seen?
I knew a guy that fucking literally did the Coming to America thing where he fixed up his own fucking apartment that he was renting. Put new floors and everything in, and the fucking lady came in and jacked his rent up ×3. And then he eventually ran out of money and he had to leave. And I think she might have moved into the apartment.
Wow.
I swear to God, you wouldn't think someone would be that dumb. And he used to say shit. He's not around anymore, but he used to say,
rest his soul.
Yeah, rest his soul. He would say, I came from money. I understand money and shit. And then I watched him. I used to give him shit because he would be on stage talking about how hard it was for him in the business because he wasn't white, right? This isn't Patrice, by the way. It was somebody else. And he was sitting there one night doing it, and he had on like a fucking waist-length mink that had a hoodie, and he had this diamond-encrusted Jesus piece, and then he had this sick-ass truck out front. And I went on stage, and I just started trashing him, and he was laughing his ass off. I go, only in America can you sit here wearing a fucking mink coat with a diamond of your phone fucking face on it, pulling up in a fucking Lexus, and I got to listen to you bitching that this business is fucking you over. He was cool as shit. He laughed about it or whatever. But
Michael Strahan and another celebrity are going up in Jeffrey Bezos's rocket to do the thing that William Shatner did. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going, that thing's had 3 flights. That thing has had 3 flights, dude. And
that has experimental aircraft written all over it. That is not made by any sort of a company.
No.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, fuel, like that's just not fucking smart, dude. Like,
dude, once that poor teacher went up and died in the space shuttle, it's just like, yeah, man, I'm not cut out for that shit.
No.
But I understand why people want to do it, because I got to tell you something, man. If you survive that, feeling what that thrust feels going up, dude, and then also, like, I remember hearing this aviation story, right? Where I don't fly high enough to even know that this exists, but there's a big ego thing where you'll call and you do an altitude check. You're acting like you're checking to see if your altimeter is reading accurately, but you're really showing everybody else who's listening how high you're flying.
Yeah.
It's kind of I remember reading the article. I forget why it's kind of a douchey thing to do. So somebody does it and somebody hears it and they're flying higher. So then they do an altitude check. And then there was some guy in a fucking F-18 that was flying at like fucking 40,000 something feet. And he did it. So everybody's sort of laughing. And then someone was in a stealth bomber. These 2 guys were in the fucking stealth bomber and did an altitude check. And they were like at like, I don't know, 70, 80, 90,000 feet. Right? It was sort of this quick little, funny aviation story. But those guys fly so fucking high that like when they're flying over St. Louis, they can actually see the ocean, this Pacific Ocean, and like LA. And you can like see the clusters of buildings.
Wow.
As you're flying, like there's Denver, there's Salt Lake City, there's Vegas, there's LA. I mean, like that level high. So like when they do their flight, like I have a flight that I do, if I don't want to be rusty, or I just kind of go out and I fly like a big sort of squared circle thing that I do. And this is just over like the LA basin. And then I come back and land. These fucking guys fly from St. Louis to LA, up to Seattle, like to Minneapolis and back down. And they do it in like, I think about the amount of time it takes for me to do my little thing, like how fast that thing is flying and how like they go, hey, let's take it for a spin around the block. And they just, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So to experience that would be,
well, that's what William Shatner said. William Shatner said, going from seeing all the blue, he was crying. He was actually like, dude, that was like, he said, it's just blue, blue, blue. And then all of a sudden, quiet black in an instant. And he said it was like he's like, everybody in the world, I wish could feel that and stuff. But, when you go up 3 times, man, with all that fuel and stuff like that, man, that's not. And like you said, that's not NASA. That's some fucking rich guy who has scientists build some shit. Fuck that. I'm afraid to fly to Florida. I'm not doing that.
They're going up in a DeLorean.
NASA actually uses a lot of the same. They buy a lot of the same stuff. So like it's all manufactured.
So what does he got? So he got one of his hot rod friends putting it together? Like who's putting it together? I know he's smart. There's no way he didn't ask these questions.
Yeah.
So who's putting it? Some NASA guy? Are you going to get the guy who had to turn in his badge at NASA because he was saying too much crazy shit, and now he's
the guy got me too. Guy got me too. Now he's just working fucking as an independent contractor.
Yeah, I was too crazy for NASA, man. They couldn't handle me.
I'm a rebel, dude.
I'm working for myself. Where you want to go? You want to go to Mars? I can fucking make it happen. You bankroll me. I will build you something. I will put you on Mars.
To fucking Mars. He's Italian. I'll send everybody to fucking Mars. Where you go? Where do you want to go?
Think I give a fuck?
I'll fucking
Those guys at NASA are afraid of me. That's all it is. Dude, I saw it. I saw it in the guy's face. I saw it. So it's just like, you know what? You guys all can relax here at NASA. I'm going to leave and I'm going to start my own shit. And guess what? I'm going to bury you guys. The president's going to be fucking calling me. All right.
You're gonna
Chris
wish
Rock
you
and
never
Michael
fired me.
Strahan calling you motherfuckers. I don't think they are.
He's like Jerry Maguire with a box. All I want to know is who's coming with me.
Yeah.
Who's coming with?
All right, dude. I got another podcast here coming up. I gotta
too.
go grab some lunch here.
Me
Fucking
too.
life never ends. I got something to promote. F is for Family, the final season, season 5, November 25th. Sit down, watch it. Thank you to everybody that watched it over the years. I can't thank the fans enough. It was an unbelievable ride. I met so many great people, and I learned so much about writing, comedy, editing, directing, the whole thing. So it was a priceless. Thank you, everybody. Come on, Netflix, everybody. And the great Mike Price, of course. And David Richardson, rest in peace. And Mark Wilmore, rest in peace. I got to name everybody now. Whatever. Just thank you to everybody. Thank you, everybody. Please sit down and watch it. I'm very proud of it. And Paul Virzi will be at.
I will be at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Thanksgiving weekend, this weekend. 2 shows Friday the 26th, 2 shows Saturday the 27th. And then my last show of the year is at the Parks Casino on December 2nd. And tickets will be available for that on my website. So come out to Bridgeport this weekend, get some tickets. And
Vinny Brand's Stress Factory.
Vinny Brand's Stress Factory.
Oh, Vinny, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Vinny.
In beautiful Bridgeport,
Vinny.
Connecticut.
Beautiful. It'd be a little nicer if Vinny wasn't there. Let's be honest.
Go check out the Monday Morning Podcast, the Virzi Effect, YouTube channels.
Vinny Brand is going to be on my podcast one of these days.
Is he?
Yeah, he has a special, Paul.
No, he's not coming on mine.
He's
so you can enjoy him on Bill's. Anyway, guys,
we love Vinny Brand.
This has been episode number 43. Enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Safe, happy, healthy one, and we will see you next week.